Yes! Welcome everybody to the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox community, and what a week it has been. Last week we talked about the rumors of a new Elite controller, and this week we got one. That's right, we got the Elite, what is it, the Series 2 Elite Core controller, and this thing looks beautiful. It's cheaper, it's better, and Xbox announced that at Christmas time during the holidays, it's coming to Design Labs, which is going to give us the ability to completely customize our Elite controllers. They've also said, we hear you. We've seen that there's issues with some reliability with our controllers in the past. We've fixed those. We've upgraded. It looks better. And best part is, this comes in cheaper. This controller comes in cheaper.
Oh, really? What's the price on this one?
This one is, let me grab it for you. This price is $129.
Oh, the trailer just
All right,
told
perfect
me.
time. Perfect time.
$129.
Yeah, $129. Now, the reason that it does come cheaper is it does not come with the bag and all of the interchangeables. That's an extra $50.
Okay.
But it makes sense because by now we all have those. So I just want the controller. Just give me the controller.
I think the big news here, though, really, is the Design Lab stuff.
Yeah.
The fact that we're getting... Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It's full Elite customization Design Labs, right?
Yep.
Like the Elite controller can now be in Design Labs.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what's exciting.
Well, not as right now,
well,
but
yeah,
coming
but
this holiday.
coming.
Yep.
That's what we've wanted for a while. We've mentioned that a little while ago.
Yeah. Oh, so excited. But
Well, I'm excited that they actually addressed... Do you think they?
Yeah, but didn't
they
they
listen to this show?
Didn't they say
Because
that
last
from
week,
the first controller to the
last
second
week
controller?
was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I was like, you know what, I'd get one, but mine's been broken every time, and it's not as reliable. And then they come out with this announcement. Am I being heard?
I think
They
you
might
are.
hear you.
I think they hear me.
You've been heard and you're appreciated.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, I'll get one then. It looks really good though. We're looking at a
This
trailer.
is the white, the initial white version.
Yeah, the
Looks
white version.
This is what was rumored. This is what leaked last week that we saw. It's sexy.
Up to 40 hours on a single charge.
Sexy.
That's still not Nintendo status. You know, but
What is Nintendo? Is it Nintendo for?
I don't think I've recharged mine in the last 2 years.
Pro controller, yeah.
I don't know how Nintendo's Pro Controller does it, but it lasts forever.
Is there a rumble pack in that controller?
I don't know.
I think
Is there?
that might be why. How?
Maybe.
They don't. They say, you know what? Do you really need to rumble? No. You need to.
The
play.
thing is I feel like if you were to even
less
ask
rumble,
me,
more play.
I feel like I'm so used to Rumble. If you were to ask me if there's Rumble in the regular Xbox or PlayStation controller, I probably wouldn't know. It's just become...
Yeah,
Become like
I've
second
become so
nature.
used to it.
It's like
Yeah.
second nature.
Yeah, because you're so used to it. Actually,
Have you ever had a point where the Rumble has gotten annoying, though?
yes,
Yeah.
100%.
I've played games where it's like, guys, you
overuse.
They got to dial that down.
yeah, you have overused the Rumble.
Yeah, I definitely have. I can't give you specifics, but for sure, I've gone into games and turned it off because it's been very, very annoying on in some circumstances.
The best implementation of Rumble was, I believe, was it Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3, where I forget the name of the boss fight, but you're fighting a boss, and this is just the genius behind Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
Is because back in those days you used to have to plug your controller in. So what he would do is he to prove himself to you, he says, you can't beat me, look at my powers, and he said, put your controller down. So you put your controller down and he moves it.
He moves the controller.
By rumbling it so it moves across
That's
the thing.
cool.
There's, I can't remember, was it the same boss? There's one where he reads your mind, and he goes, oh, I saw you were playing Crash Bandicoot or what, like, because he's reading your memory card.
It's save file.
I think that type of game design, I'm telling you, man, next level.
Isn't that the same boss that you couldn't beat, but you had to just turn the game off for a week? And then he died of old age?
that was one boss. Yeah, if you let your save file go like a week, he would die of old age because I think that was Metal Gear Solid 3. He was in the jungle. Yeah, and I think he like his life goal was to fight you. Like that was his challenge, and that's what happened. If you could miss him, yeah, he would die. But there was another boss fight where you had to unplug your controller from port 1 and put it in port 2 because he kept knowing where you were. So you had to I'm telling you, man, outside of the box thinking.
That's some next level stuff.
Okay. So if you could pick, give me your controller colors here. Spicy, you just sticking with this white, or would you go a different color?
Okay, I love white electronics, like white and black,
Yes.
with like the black being the accent. I
Yeah.
love that.
It's clean.
Yeah, it's my favorite look. So I would have to say, yeah, I really like this controller. I'd probably keep this.
Yeah.
So just like, yeah.
I think
Although I will tell you that I really like the Forza. Was it Forza 6 Motorsports?
Six,
Yeah,
yes.
that controller, that blue with the racing stripe on it.
Yeah.
That's a very good looking controller. I like the deep blue and black as well, I guess.
Yeah, that was nice.
Or accented color like that. Yeah, it's very good. So I don't know. I like this. I like this one a lot. The white with the. It's kind of like an off-white, right? What would you call
Let's
this?
go pearl white.
Eggshell.
Pearl eggshell.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very, and it's got silver as its accent with a dark gray on the rubber nubbies. On the the rubber nubby gray.
The rubber nubs.
The RNG rubber nub gray. Yeah, I really like this controller. I think I'm going to keep this. But so what you were saying was this is going to be a design lab
This
controller?
holiday. Yep.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah, that'll
nice.
be cool.
Jordan,
It almost makes you wonder, like, because when does this release?
Pre-orders now. Let me get the date for you.
It almost makes you wonder, like, do you get it on release or do you wait for Design Labs?
September 21st is the release date.
And Design Labs will probably be, what, a couple months after that?
So September, I bet you Design Labs launches
Christmas time.
mid-November.
Yeah, because you want to get that Christmas
Is
rush.
it an extra? Do we know the pricing on that? The Design Lab versions?
Oh, they'll get you,
You
man.
pay for everything.
Yeah,
You're gonna
they'll-
have a $400
Yeah.
controller right here.
Yeah, they get you
The
for
orange
everything.
trigger button is an extra $60.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what they do. That's
Like,
what
who'd
they
have thought you could charge that much for colors?
You
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. No, yeah, they get you. You're buying a new console at that point.
Yeah, that's.
So, Jordan, what color do you go with?
I don't know. I like the white, but I like bright colors. So like maybe like a bright lime green, I think would be cool.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, or like a bright. Yeah, I think like a
Lime green and orange,
You
like
remember that
Ninja Turtles?
controller? You remember that controller you made with Design Labs? It was kind of like a Oregon Ducks. That color green, kind of
I'll go
like
grab
that
that,
bright
yeah.
green. That
That's
I
my-
like that one.
I made that for my wife. It has her-
Mexico green.
It has the. It
Yeah.
says, and I engraved it. It says Mrs. McSpicy.
Yeah, that's a nice one. That's a nice one.
See, I think that's like the main draw of
I
Design
like a blue,
Labs.
like an ice blue.
Ooh, I would like that.
That controller reminds me of like the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, no, that one. Yeah, yours.
I wonder
yeah.
what color you can change the. I assume you can change the grips.
Everything.
right?
I
Yeah.
think is going to be changeable. Yeah.
Well,
buttons.
now I'm gonna have to hop on and play
Ooh,
with the
see,
design.
maybe
That was
I'll do
half
that.
the fun of the Design Labs. is
Maybe
just-
maybe I'll do like what would you think would look better? Ice blue grips with the standard white, or ice blue base with like white grips or black grips? Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe I'll just go ice blue because I like that color, like
Yeah.
an ice blue, and then I'll just keep the black grips.
and then do white buttons.
Or maybe I'll just get a different color for each day of the week. And I'll literally label them
Label
Monday,
them, have them in
Tuesday.
little,
I'll
like, you know, like the
engrave
pills?
them. I'll engrave
pill
them.
boxes?
Yeah.
Tuesday,
I'll
Wednesday,
engrave them
Thursday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Let's do some super chats here. Super Shocker gifted 5 XoneBros memberships. Huge thank you to Super Shocker. They went to St. Nick, Super Duck Jr., The Star, Gary Check, E. Jackson. Huge thank you to Super Shocker. Everybody's got those
Thank
sexy
you.
X's now.
That's like $2,000 if you get one for each one of the controller.
We would have to keep it to like base colors so they don't charge you, you know?
Well, can't you just buy? Wait, I guess not. Can't well because it's the Elite controller. I was going to say, can't you just buy like a blue and a green and stuff at Best Buy right now? But those aren't the Elite controllers.
Yeah, and you can't get those engraved. That's really what I want in Design Labs, the engraving.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's expensive, man.
This is going to be fun. This is what we've been waiting for. We talked about this a while ago.
Yeah.
When Elite Controller first came out, how cool it would be to be able to customize it. It does sound like
Why
they
so
fixed
long, I
some
wonder?
reliability. And I will say, I got a second Series 2, and my second Series 2 has had 0 issues.
That's good.
And
Well-
that thing's been beat up. My kids have dropped that and thrown it on the ground. It's solid.
I've told you this before, but I've got a guy now. He specializes in fixing like PS5 controllers, Series X controllers, and he's taken care. He dove into that thing, never had an issue since.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you guys need, I got a guy.
Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Wait, is he local?
Oh yeah, he's about 30 minutes south
I have
of
two.
here. Yeah.
I have 2 Elite controllers that could use
Yeah,
some work.
no, $60. He'll fix them both, lifetime warranty.
Really?
Yeah, it cost $30 for me. He switched out my joysticks, triggers.
Wait.
And he told me to break. He says,
So for you, it's 30, but for me, it's 60?
no, because two of them, 30 each.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll talk to you after the
Yeah,
show.
no, I got a guy.
As we got another super chat from DJ Hero, who has been a member for 26 months. Shout out to DJ Hero. He says, wish I could be here more often, but proud to say I listen every week. Well, thank you very much, DJ Hero. Speaking of listening, Halo. Jordan had a rant last week. Jordan, you sound a lot better. You had some allergic reaction. You actually went to the hospital afterwards.
After the show, Jordan went to the ER.
The
right?
ER, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, man, Halo really got to him.
Yeah.
He's this man.
That was one of the questions the doctor asked. He said, "Have you heard the Halo news?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "They put me on the.
He was having trouble breathing.
They brought in a specialist. They said, "Did you hear about Halo season 3?" Yeah.
They checked that off the list. Okay.
So,
right.
that was last week. They delay. Doesn't look like, not good things are happening with the Halo
Well, we talked
multiplayer
about,
universe.
We talked about it being a necessary evil, right?
Necessary evil,
Yeah.
as you would say.
Yeah.
But this week, a video dropped, actually today, 6 hours ago, premiered some information about Forge. Now, I think this was smart of them. Take some heat off of the season being extended till next March. And let's talk about what everybody has been waiting for, and that is Forge.
Yeah. Well, just get a W out there.
Get a W.
That's all you need. Just
Now,
get a
you've
win.
watched this. You went through it. Was it the W that you wanted, that you needed? How does Forge look? Are you more excited, less excited? What does this do for you?
No, I think it's going to be a really good Forge suite. I think there's more for them to show us. They called this one Forge Fundamentals, so I think they're just giving you the basics. But what they did show is they showed the amount of assets that they have, which is a lot. They showed basically a new sizing tool that they have, which may sound stupid, but I actually think it's going to be very useful.
Jordan, sizing is never
Yeah.
stupid.
You can take an object and they basically have a system now where you can scale it up and down. So
Cool.
they're showing, hey, you can make big mountains, you can make little things to put in trash cans. They showed a person basically just took a patch of dirt and sized it all the way down and put it in a barrel and lit it on fire to make it look like kind of like the barrel's on fire under the bridge type look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But lots of cool features. They really hit on that resizing tool. They talked about just kind of how the system works, the snapping, the grid, how you can manipulate different objects. What was cool, and I think they hit the things that people want, especially forgers. If you're not a Forge person, this trailer won't do it for you. But if you're a Forge guy, I think you'll enjoy it because they showed off all the different textures they have. All the different textures they have, what you can do with those textures, all the different colors you can put within those textures.
Yeah.
It seems like a very good base Forge tool set that we're going to have later this year. Another thing towards the end they showed a world that basically one of their Forge creators made. I think it was a community ambassador or something like that.
Yeah.
But they talked about they have you basically have a budget, right? Because the console can only handle so much.
Sure. Yeah.
So they talked about
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
There's your budget in the bottom
so they
left.
talked about
Simulation
how
memory.
detailed this level was, and this particular person was only at 65% of his budget, which is good because at a certain point you're going to start dropping frame. Like the game can only handle so much, right?
Then look,
Technology
this-
can only take you
This
so
is a
far.
detailed. This is what Cyberpunk should have been.
Yeah, and that's what they talked about. This is a very cyberpunk feel
Yeah.
of a level, and obviously you can't see this if you're listening, but watch it. It's towards the end. It's only a 20-minute video. It's towards the end, but you can see the detail in this level. And the one thing that stuck out to me is they said in the Halo 5 Forge, and this is stuff I didn't know, you were allowed to have, they said, about 1,600 assets. Was
Okay.
kind of your lock. They said their current build of Forge. So the way they said it, it sounds like this number may change, but the current build of Forge right now is 7,000.
Whoa.
So a huge jump.
Yeah.
Huge jump in the amount of assets you have to use. They got a little bit more technical and they talked about like static assets and dynamic assets and how the engine's going to handle them. It was more or less a first look at the basics of Forge and a little bit of info on how the game is going to work. And for those not watching, we're looking at a barrel right now. That's actually just dirt. See, and they're showing what this person did is they resized it to very small and they fit it in this barrel and then they just put a fire asset on it to make it look like a burning barrel,
Sure,
Just
that's cool.
Basically, and their tips for Forge, because they talked about giving tips for Forge, was use objects in creative ways, right? Like that object was obviously not designed for that, but can be used for for these things. But anyway, very cool video. I think if this is just the start of Forge and they continuously add to this and make it better and improve over, and it's already looks like it's really good. I think this is a definite win for Halo, especially for the Forge community, because Forge will inject a lot of life into your game.
Did they go over any like I don't want to use the term like AI, but any like rules that you could do with?
It was mostly just building.
Building in this
Yeah.
one? Okay.
Mostly just building. That's why I think there's more, because we had heard rumors of being able to like script things in different.
Yeah.
So
That's what I
we'll
was
see later.
wondering.
Right now, as a map building tool, it's
It
kind
builds
of
maps.
Yeah, is what they showed off. They did talk about campaign assets as well, which again, I'm not a giant forger. Like I've dabbled in Forge because there's usually an achievement tied to it. So just jump in, build a Forge world to get the achievement. I'm not a huge forger. I appreciate what people do, but so I don't know if this was there before, but they talked about their art team brought over a lot of campaign assets that you can use in Forge as well.
Very cool. Yeah, this is super detailed what they're showing off. And this, when you unlock it to the masses, there'll be a lot of crap, but there's going to be a lot of gems.
Yeah.
And you get to use the combined intelligence of the whole world to create some amazing multiplayer experiences here. Very exciting.
Yeah. Did they go over like publishing and how to find?
Not really. Just
games
I mean, I think they talked about like game browsers and stuff
Yeah.
in previous patches. I don't know if that'll be tied into Forge. I assume, and you know, you shouldn't assume, but I would assume there's going to be a somewhat decent browser finder for the Forge maps.
or ranking system.
And then, of course, like I believe, was it in Halo 3 you were able to file share? And then wasn't there like a star system? So you could see like,
Yeah,
oh, these are all
that's-
5 stars. And
that's
you know.
I mean that's pretty important in any like
Yeah.
to make the cream rise to the top.
I assume it'll be at least Halo 5's quality of being able to search. And if you remember playing Forge,
That was so much
Halo
fun.
5,
Yeah.
I mean, doing like the wipeout maps, which is basically just running to it's
Well,
wipeout. And then
it's like a big jump puzzle with a lot of against your friends that wipe out. They'll knock you off and you have to restart.
Yeah.
Like that. Very, very, very fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
or the game mode where we just spawned on the Death Star.
yeah, and then we all just shot each
and
other.
everybody just started shooting each other.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Huge shout out to Sean Mandrell, who just became a Tier 1 wingman status. Thank you very much for the support, Sean Mandrell. Everybody in chat, please drop some BFFs for the man. Appreciate that. Jordan, what does this do for you in lieu of the Season 10 stuff? You feeling a little more up this week?
10-month
10-month season stuff.
Well, I mean, I think Forge is going to inject some life into the game because you're going to get a lot of cool custom creations that people are going to play.
Yeah.
I still think they need to work on seasons and delivering that live service content.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is definitely a good move because here's the deal: if you can't provide the content that we want, let's open
Someone
it up
can.
to someone else. You know, the community, because the community has a good chance of creating the life for your game, the content
Yeah.
for your game.
Look, I think there's 3 pillars to Halo. Pillar number 1, campaign. Support and do good on that. I hope they come out with future DLC for the campaign and expand the story.
I mean, if it's Halo Infinite,
Right?
it sounds like there will be.
yeah. Pillar number 2 is multiplayer. Just give us a good, solid,
Multiplayer,
consistent
gameplay.
multiplayer suite.
Gameplay solid. Incentive to play gameplay not solid.
Yeah, just give us a good, solid multiplayer suite that is continuously updated. And then the third pillar, I think, is Forge, and that's your community game modes, your community engagement. You know, that's what.
I'd say that's your foundation, but then you'd also need the carrot on the stick to put all to.
Well, that's
combine all
where
those together.
your like multiplayer comes in, right? You know, a good, consistent multiplayer suite, which until Halo Infinite came out, I thought included just a general progression system, and they proved me wrong on that one.
Proved him wrong.
in so
Sorry.
much that
I've-
he hyperventilated and had to go to the ER last week.
I feel bad because I always jab him for that, and it's nothing against 343. I think they have a lot of good developers there, but I just want to know what the conversation was like. So what about a progression system?
Just leave it out. Not this time.
Yes, sir. It's just a number. I can put it in. Nah.
I don't feel like it.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of stuff that was left out that just made me think,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Oh, yeah.
But
I know.
this was a good video. it's exciting to see Forge coming. I believe sometime in November, and I hope it does well.
Yeah, me too. It's exciting. I think once this comes in, then you start to get into regular seasons. I don't think Halo is going away anytime soon. And the reality is with how 2022 is, modern day gaming, multiplayer gaming, a game is never dead. A game is never gone. You can always come back. And we're speaking as if it's not dead. It's just the incentive to multiplayer is what is dead. So, but yeah, exciting to see Forge, and shout out again to Super Shocker, gifted 1 XoneBros membership again. Super Shocker, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Guess what? I got to play some games this week, and I jumped into a game that has been sitting on my to-do list for a while, and that is Nier Automata.
I downloaded this game.
Cool.
Yes.
Because of you.
Because me.
Yeah.
Because me. Nier Automata. So some games are just so tedious. This is where I'm at in my life. I work so much. I have kids. I'm exhausted. I just want to sit down and enjoy a game. And games, a lot of games, are trying to be everything to everyone. Mm-hmm. And it makes them very tedious.
Yeah.
So much so that I gag. It makes me want to gag when I play a game, right? Like, we had this discussion before the show about gagging. And Nier Automata reminds me why I love video games.
Cool.
This cannot be understated. It has been called this before in other reviews, so I'm not out of line in saying this, but even after watching the reviews, you don't fully understand it until you jump in and play. It is a masterpiece in gameplay. It is so good. What they do is they jump. For those of you who haven't played Nier Automata, go check it out. It's basically this dystopian linear story where you're fighting machines. Machines have taken over the world. And it's very Devil May Cry style in battle where it's super quick, 3D, big boss fights. But then it constantly goes from that up to 3D arcade shooter mode and back. And the way...
Top down,
yeah. And the way they do it... It's seamless. It feels good. It always keeps you engaged. At no time in this game have I ever felt bored. Have I ever felt that I'm just doing stuff to do it for work or tedious? It's pure entertainment. And it genuinely, if you're like me, and I know a lot of people go through this occasionally where you're burnt out of games and you're thinking to yourself, there's just nothing. Do I even enjoy games anymore? I would highly recommend you check out Nier Automata. You've heard of Platinum Games. You wonder why they're such a big studio. What's the big deal? This is why. They reminded me why I love gaming.
Yeah. Well, this game's it's been out for a little while, but you're not the first one I've heard use the word masterpiece.
It's really good.
And I've heard nothing but good things about it. I've yet to play it, but I did download it because you were talking up a big game about it this week.
It throws you right in right away. If you're very much into anime stories and you watch anime, this
both look at me. Yeah.
This is up your alley.
You should play it.
The story's really good.
We should all play it and sit in party chat and talk about what we're doing.
Down. Totally down.
Well, I tried to get you guys to play Risk with me.
I do have. I downloaded Risk.
Yeah, we downloaded it.
How is that, by the way?
It's fantastic.
So this is the Risk I think that was on the 360 in the respect that you can play these additional versions of Risk, like different maps.
Yeah, well, so the Risk I'm playing is
mechanics.
on Steam. It came out in 2020, like November 2020.
Yeah.
It's free to play. How they make their money is they have additional map packs. So you can play like they have Pangea, they have Turkey, they have United States, they have specific states with like counties. They have all these additional maps that
Do they have Utah?
I don't know.
We should play Utah.
Yeah.
I gotta check, but like they have this. What did they call it? It's the classic 2022 or something like that, and it's like the standard Risk map.
Yeah.
And they have a quick play. You can just quick play and play, classic standard all you want. They have that, but with like the countries updated. So there's a lot more variants.
Oh yeah, the modern one. Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's free to play. I really like that game. There's a ranking system.
Ooh. What are you ranked? Have you? gone up on ladders?
I'm undefeated.
How long does
I've
a
played-
multiplayer match take?
So that's
And
what
is it 1v1?
they have 1v1.
Okay.
They have it's up to 6 players. But what you can do is basically create your own map, create your own match, and this is how your friends can play new maps if they just got the base game for free.
Oh, you could buy them.
I could buy them and then just invite them in.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
then you guys can play that. So I enjoyed this game so much I bought like the premiere pack for like $30 and I get everything, something
Nice.
like that. But so if you guys want to play the cool maps, yeah, let me
Down.
know. But no, what I really like it is it's a lot faster.
Yeah.
When you think of Risk, you think of
Hours.
a 12-hour Saturday playing with your friends, and then the only way to win is you just suicide in until everything's
Until
resolved.
someone surrenders.
But it's very, very fast. I would say my longest match lasts about 50 minutes. My shortest map is probably 20 minutes, depending on if other players are good.
Well, and that's just because a lot of that's automation, right? Like you can turn off the cinematics of rolling the die. Like it's all just you can set it to be quick. You know?
And
Can you
there's
do simultaneous turns?
no. So it's a you can choose whoever creates the game. If you're not playing quick play, I believe it's a 90-second timer. So you're forced to make moves within 90 seconds,
Yeah.
or it actually the game. Besides that timer, if you don't do anything for 50 seconds, a bot takes over and then you get kicked. So it actually moves things along.
Yeah, so you only have whatever time for each turn.
Yeah. So we're chat. We're talking about Risk on Steam. So
Is this Risk version on the Xbox? Because there is Risk on Xbox.
So I know that it's on mobile. I've played against players on mobile, and I know it's on
interesting.
mobile.
The one that they dropped on Xbox a little while ago was updated. So on the
That's a good question.
on the 360, I had the Risk there, and that was what this is.
Okay.
But then they dropped a new Risk, and maybe they were developing it over time. I don't know, but I remember dropping it on the Xbox One, playing it, and it only had standard Risk map, and I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, the quick play is standard, but they have a million maps.
Yeah.
They have weekly maps like for free, so they'll let you play maps for free. That's I think how they incentivize you to buy packs and maps and stuff. But no, I really like it. I want to play with you guys.
I want to do ranked. That's fun.
Yeah, ranked is cool. Like so, I mean, I've only played 3 or 4 matches, but I am undefeated.
You're a general.
Kind of a big deal.
You're a general.
So, and I'm ranked like 230,000 right now out of like 500,000. I don't know.
Oh,
So it's not very good, but I've only played 4 matches. Give me time. I am undefeated.
give me time, baby.
Yeah. Very fun though. That's what I've been playing.
So the man,
the little amount
I
of time
know
that
we've
I've
had a big Minecraft. I've not yet jumped in, but I hear it's a big deal. I hear things are going up on our Minecraft server that we've revitalized.
Yeah, no, the
There's a bunch of people, so much so that there's a thief in town.
There is. There is. I'm gonna build a private detective agency out on the beach.
Yeah, I already saw you
And-
accuse myself and Spicy.
Well, I figured, you know
Suspects
what?
number 1 and 2.
Let me talk to those
you
guys.
accused me?
Yeah,
He did, yeah.
What? Why?
In public Discord.
yeah, I did. I said, you know what? This feels like
Top suspects are X1 and McSpicy.
Yeah, this feels a little.
I have an alibi. When did the thief take place?
This week.
Yeah, see, my alibi was I was playing Risk.
and it was diamonds.
Yeah, they took some diamonds. So big stuff. Big stuff. So
Guys knew
guys,
what
just
they were
remember, just be nice
And hide your-
Please.
hide your-
we've
hide your stuff.
we've had a few issues with people destroying property.
Please don't destroy property.
Yeah, we've had issues now with stealing. Just remember, I don't want it to come to this, but I can ban you permanently. So just throwing that out there. Use that fear to do right things. Don't make me become a dictator.
Because he's itching.
Yeah,
He's
don't
itching.
make. Look, I complain about the servers and the lack of options they give us, but they do allow me to ban people. So, along with Mark and David can ban people as well.
Now, are we sure it's stolen? Because
They did steal Super Shocker's red bed too, and there's he has photographic evidence.
Are you? Oh man, detective. Can I be like your assistant?
Yeah. So I gotta build it on the beach.
I'm
Nice
Miss
little-
Watson.
nice little-
we've
I'm
gotta
George
build a
Watson.
case.
Yeah. Yeah, gonna build a little private detective agency. I'll put a chest outside. People can put like anonymous tips in there. No, but anyway, don't. We already talked about it in Discord, but don't go around accusing people or being super disrespectful or anything. But just remember, Just be nice. That's all. That's the only rule in the realm. Just be nice.
Super Shocker said my ring cam took a photo.
Yeah.
That would be cool if
That
they had
would be cool.
cameras
Yeah,
set up
so-
in that game.
That would be cool.
No, so if you are the thief, maybe you didn't know, maybe you thought it was a public chest. I highly doubt it. But just please don't steal stuff. And if we do find out that you are continuously
What is
stealing
your
stuff-
current project outside of the detective? What are you working on building?
I'm getting ready to build the tower, the Eye of Sauron.
Oh, you did that in the our
No,
last
someone
one.
else did.
Oh,
But I would like to do it this time.
this time it's going to be you.
This time it'll be me. So,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Come join us, everybody, if you'd like to, over on our Discord, x1bros.com/Discord. Check out there's a thread with our Minecraft server. Fantastic community there.
but other than that, the realm's been going great.
hopping.
Someone, I don't know who it is, but thank you. Someone finished the road to the portal, so that's great. Special shout out to everybody's been doing great, but Chosen Gringo.
Chosen Gringo.
And he was a big part of the last realm as well. He built a general store that is just phenomenal. People can go in and that's why
it's a co-op.
why are you guys stealing? There's literally a free general store on the beach. Like,
does that general store have diamonds?
You just no, but
that's why.
But diamonds are,
That's why.
that's high end stuff. But anyway,
we're still pre-dupe.
so we're gonna make some signs. We're gonna get a neighborhood watch going. Don't worry, we're gonna have a safe area. But there was some tips going on in Discord. If you have things important, put them in your inventory before logging out.
Yes.
So-
Major tip.
Yeah, so major tip there. But no, everything for the most part. I mean, we've had a few hiccups like what we talked about, but everything's been going great. Barbara Blake's building a skyscraper. Ooh. We have Blawmore and I forget the other person. They got stone farms now.
They got stoned?
They got stoned. No, they got iron farms.
We
Sorry.
announced that they're getting stoned right now. as we
Stoned.
speak.
At City Square,
Hanging out
Hey,
in Minecraft.
maybe we should get some gallows and stuff up too. Just
Yeah, for
to,
punishment.
not to use, but just to let people know.
Let people know we're serious.
Hey, we're not going to
You
use them,
steal.
but
we don't
we
prosecute.
might.
We chop off your
Yeah.
hand.
Oh, a guillotine?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
Nice clean cut.
Yeah.
Could you make prisons? Yeah, you could totally make like. Can you get people stuck and leave them food
If
so
we
they don't
found out
starve?
who it was, you could find out where their respawn bed is and then just encircle them.
With make sure they don't have a diamond pickaxe.
They should implement a feature like Sea of Thieves where you can vote to put someone in the brig.
No, I don't like that kind of power. That's why I don't like Left 4 Dead.
The kind of power is too much.
People
That's too much
saw
power.
that I was a new player and they never got the chance to
They're
prove
like,
myself.
No, this guy's out.
It's too much power.
We voted. You're off the island.
But no, the realm's going really good. There's a lot of cool stuff. People are building pirate ships. I believe we have the Traveler as well is up in the
yeah.
sky. But it's a really good time. There's a lot of cool stuff. Barbara Blake and I actually went on a expedition. We found the snow biome. We found.
I saw the mesa was just recently found.
Was the
as
mesa
well.
found?
The mesa is
That's
found,
great. Yeah, that's
posted
the one we were looking for.
posted in Discord.
Because as far as I know, there's only one mesa per generation of world.
We got it.
So we found it. That was the big one that Barbara Blake and I were looking for. I think Chosen Gringo found it first, the desert, because he started planting cactuses. But we did find where the desert was, and it's really cool. The realm is going up. It's fun to be in the realm because, I mean, I don't know because what people do in their basements behind their closed doors is their business. But as far as I know, there's been no duping yet, and I think that's added to a lot of the fun because people are
gotta work.
Yeah, so
Merit. It's merit based,
yeah.
not dupe based. So we're still
We're still
Not
BD,
80, not 80.
before dupe.
Yeah.
Before dupe. But no, it's a lot of fun, and it's available to everybody. It's been hopping the past couple weekends. We've had a full server.
Nice.
So there's only allowed to be 10 people in the server at once, but there can be as many people on a part of the server. So
So if you're in peak times, just wait.
yeah.
It's like It's like queuing into World of Warcraft.
Except for
It's a
me,
World
I
of
can
War-
always log in no matter what.
It's a World of Warcraft. Yes, Q.
Yeah.
It's a queue situation.
Except for me. What's
If
16
I'm
hours.
struggling to log in, can I just DM you and you?
I think so. There's certain
can
people.
you kick people?
There's certain people that are like admins.
Guaranteed
Ah.
sets.
That now I don't know when I was
The
reading
detectives.
it. Yeah,
I would pay. They should give you an option to add more simultaneous. But I would pay. We would pay to have more. Like imagine just doubling it to 20. That's
Oh, yeah,
huge.
yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, and I mean the next question would be like, oh, well, the server can't handle it. And it's like, well, it's Minecraft and you're a $1 billion company. I think you could figure out a way to handle it. You know?
Shut up.
You know, yeah.
Shut up.
No, but anyway.
Mojang, suck the weenus.
Yeah.
Weenus is your elbow. It's right here. This is your weenus.
Is it really?
Yeah, look it up.
I'm not going to look that up.
Just
There's
Google
no
search.
way I'm ever looking that up.
Google search, what is a weenus?
Nope.
It really is.
So
Try it.
David learned this
Can
week.
you confirm? Somebody check confirm.
Yeah. No, I've heard it before. David's learned it this week, huh?
No, it's just I've been on a weenus kick.
But yeah, no, I would love more players at once on the realm. I think that'd be cool.
That's a trap. You're not going to get me to look that up.
I'm dead
But yeah.
serious.
10 slots. So if you see 10 out of 10, just wait. But it's 10 at one time, but as many people can be a part of it.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, so
Super
but
cool.
very fun.
Speaking of weenuses, let's talk Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk.
That actually
makes sense.
There are very few things that, speaking of weenuses, you could bring
You
up.
could
that-
transition to.
Yeah, that was one
No
of them.
smooth. No smooth.
So big week for Cyberpunk. Major update with patch 1.6, which we'll go over a little bit. But also major announcement is they announced their first and what seems to be, as far as we know, their only expansion that they're going to do called Phantom Liberty.
Ooh.
It's going to be an upcoming expansion in 2023, and Johnny Silverhand will be returning in it.
Ooh.
They have a small teaser trailer, which you can look at now on YouTube. No official release date, but 2023, I'm thinking maybe summer-ish, maybe towards the end of the year. I think this is going to be it has to be. I think this is going to be their Cyberpunk 2.0. I think they're not only going to release the expansion, they're going to also do a lot of stuff with the base game too. I think this will be the big, like, what their initial vision of Cyberpunk was and should have released as. So that being said, we don't have much information about it other than it's going to be a new adventure coming soon.
So should I hold off on this? Is sitting on my Series X waiting to be played. Can I jump in now, or do I hold off for this?
As of right now, I'd say with the new 1.6 update, especially for older consoles, and we'll talk about that in a minute, 1.6 update, which is Edge Runners, I believe it's called, which is also the anime that's coming out on Netflix, is the newest update. They've added some new features like gigs. They finally added transmog, which is great. I've been
Yeah.
keeping all of my clothing because I've collected a lot.
Nice.
I have a couple cool suits. I have a really sweet John Wick looking outfit that I
Ooh,
can now
baby.
transmog. But the thing about, armor is you want the best stats, but you don't want the look, right? So transmog is something I knew they would eventually bring in. I think it should have been in at the beginning, but man, that's the one of the big features. They added new gigs, but the big thing about patch 1.6 is this is the final major update for last generation consoles, Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Then it's the Edge Runners.
That's the 1.6 Edge Runner update.
So the new one,
The
the Phantom
new-
Liberty Phantom, no more.
The all new major updates, and I don't believe, I don't believe Phantom Liberty, the new expansion, will be coming out on the old consoles. I think it's just Series consoles and PlayStation 5 and then PC. So, and I think initially that's probably what they should have done. I think maybe this game was a little bit too ambitious for the older hardware.
Yeah.
I mean, they got it. I haven't played it on the older hardware, so I can't say if it's 100% stable. I've heard there's been a lot of improvements, especially probably with this 1.6 update as well.
Yeah.
So, but I would say you're safe to play the base game now with patch 1.6. I mean, you're probably safe a couple patches ago if you had newer consoles, but if you've been waiting to play it, now's probably a good time to jump into it.
Just in time to
Is there
prep
still going to be
for-
issues with it? Yes, because I think they're fundamental design issues, and I think that's probably what the new expansion Phantom Liberty might address.
Yeah.
With some of the new features they come out with in that expansion. So maybe you're still better off waiting. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm gonna jump in it
It
later
makes
this
sense
weekend.
to jump in now, get caught up, and then play the expansion when it drops, or the DLC.
I'm mostly gonna jump in today just to try out those new gigs, do a little bit of the transmog, have a couple outfits saved and ready to go. Maybe like a business casual,
I like it.
gang war.
I like it. Yeah. Why not?
Business casual Friday gang war.
Yeah, Friday and then like gang war. So because they give you different multiple slots for different outfits that you can save, but no, yeah. excited for the new expansion. I don't think anybody's really like jumping out of their chair because it's still kind of one of those things like people are still, I mean, even me myself, like, I don't know, is burned the right word? Like
Jilted.
Yeah. Because the thing is, and we've said this during our review, the soul of the game is there. It wasn't ready. You know what I mean? There was features that weren't fleshed out. The story wasn't. They could have presented it better. Like it just wasn't there. So I'm hoping with the new expansion, it gets to a point where we could say, you know, hey, this is like a game I expect from the people that developed Witcher 3. You know.
Yeah. Let's take some questions from chat, from Discord, from the mail sack. To submit a question, you can do so every week over on our Discord. Again, XoneBros.com/Discord can take you there. Come join us. The mail sack's pinned to the top in forums. We've got a question from Matt who writes in and says, what game really hit you as a dad? There, of course, is God of War as you go around with the boy.
Yeah.
But also Last of Us, that first 30 minutes.
Oh,
he
yeah.
wants to know, does Xbox really have a game like this that hits home with that father feels?
So The Last of Us, you haven't played that, right, David?
Not played it, no.
The first 30 minutes basically show like Joel. It's like Joel's story,
Yeah,
and it sets up how Joel acts throughout the rest of the game.
sure.
And it's that's
Well,
a
and
heavy
even-
hitter.
Even the ending of that game, like,
Well, that the beginning is why the ending is so good.
yeah.
Because you understand Joel's mindset as a father. You know, that's a very, very good example.
And you're not like it's so hard to explain without spoiling it.
Yeah, well, we're not going to spoil it, even though it's a 10-year-old game.
Well, they did just remaster it.
They were like 3 years ago, right?
No, they like legitimately remastered it for PlayStation 5.
Oh, well then I definitely won't spoil
Yeah.
it. That's a very, very good game. God of War, man, he brought out some heavy hitters.
Is there anything, though, on Xbox that
I think
has
that quality of storytelling and cinematic prowess, I don't think Xbox has. I think that's where Sony dominates. If Xbox can get like a AAA God of War style game,
Yeah.
I mean that would be cool because God of War, I try to raise my kids based off of that game. You know,
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
So I've been watching Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
right? And I want to finish like all of Dragon Ball Z, the anime, because when I played the game that came out, like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
2.5 years ago? I didn't really grasp
You
a
don't
lot of the
understand
stuff.
it. Yeah.
But there is a great relationship with Gohan and Goku.
Yes.
You know, and do you remember that translating in the game itself, Jordan, when you played it? Because
well, I mean, if you've like the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, that game, the open world one, like if the game is kind of like a Cliff Notes version because it doesn't. Well, I mean, it goes through the anime, right? But if you watch the anime, then you would get that. I don't think you would get it just from the game.
okay,
But there's an incredible father-son moment during the Cell story arc between Goku and Gohan that just hits me right here every time.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
So I can't wait till you
I
get
was
to
going
that
to ask
one.
if
Yeah.
it translated in that game, but
I don't
know.
think so because like I said, I feel like the game is more like it's more compact. You know what I mean? So it's trying to get through 100 episodes in,
yeah.
so.
I'm trying to think. I know, like a game like Red Dead, you have your relationship with your son and that John Marsden, right? But I don't. I mean, that game was released 10, 15 years ago.
Well,
Red Dead also kind of has it Red Dead 2, but not there's no like father-son storyline really.
And I like how the question just like brought out the best versions of this question, like because God of War, I mean, that whole game is the relationship with his son. Because he brings him along, and they fight together, and they grow together as characters. They level up together essentially with abilities and everything, and it's just I don't think there's any other game that does it like God of War did with father son relationship, right? I'm trying to think. Maybe chat can configure things out. Well, and there's games like A Brother's Tale, which is phenomenal, but that's like a brother relationship.
Even I would say a Plague Tale, but again, that's more of a sibling relationship,
Yeah.
Than a parental.
Well, this just illustrated what we need
what
on
about
Xbox.
What about Master Chief? He's like the father.
He's a father to everybody.
He's like the father of the universe. Everyone looks up to him.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could.
No, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
No, but I will admit, in the new Halo Infinite, there's a scene with Master Chief and the pilot, where the pilot has a breakdown and Master Chief kind of consoles him, and it's actually a good moment.
Yeah, but that's a soldier to Master Chief, moment.
Yeah.
But I mean,
You know what part I'm talking about?
It's
Yeah.
a strength moment. It's a strength of stability. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I mean, it's not to the scale of
I'll tell
The
you what
Last of
got
Us
to me
or
was Grand Theft Auto 5, Michael and his son.
See, I was gonna bring that up because,
Because his son's such a tool.
well,
And he's just like, what are you doing?
It's like he's disappointed.
He's like so
He's disappointed in his family the entire
And his
game.
son is trying to be like this wannabe. You know what they hit on in
His
that?
daughter is
this like Hollywoodite kid growing up. Like, I'm just gonna make this movie, man.
Didn't Lindsay Lohan sue them because of the likeness of
thought
his
it was
daughter?
her, yeah.
And they were like, "We never said it was you, but
Your words, not ours.
I would say Michael and Franklin had like kind of a father-son
Yeah, that's
relationship.
true.
Yeah, they
that's
had
true.
more
did.
of it,
They
yeah.
did. They did.
Yeah.
More than his fat son.
Well, look at that kid.
Wanting to
what
make
was
movies.
that game?
He forced him. The best is when the kid forced him to go on that Michael forced the kid to go on a bike ride, and they ride out to the beach, and then he's like, well, over in that yacht, the daughter's
his
filming
daughter.
A porn.
porno, and that's why he went on. The whole family, Michael's family, is messed up.
His son's addicted to playing. They're basically like poking fun at Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
It was like, that was a funny game.
That's a great father-son relationship in a video game for
Teaches
sure.
you what not to do. Great question, Mav. Thank you very much for writing in. Let's take one more from Psychotic. Psychotic writes in and says, hey, bros, a few rapid-fire questions for you. What happened to the sound effects? Game of the year.
Oh, I
we have
should
them? Do we have
still
them?
have
We have
those.
Yeah, just started a random one.
Yeah, give us a random one here real quick.
Ooh.
Exclusive.
Ooh, exclusive.
World premiere.
Ooh, got it.
I should pull those out way more often.
Psychotic asks, what is your pick as of now for Game of the Year? And also, did you see that Notre Dame has been started in the realm? Thanks for all you do and keep up the great work. Yes.
I
Psychotic
believe-
built that in the last round.
Yes, and I believe Psychotic has I don't know if he has materials listed, but I believe he has a donation box if anybody wants to donate
For
to the
Notre Dame?
Notre Dame, yeah.
The landmark build.
Mine, hands down, right now, I don't think any game has come close to touching it yet. Elden Ring.
You're probably right there.
As far as what's the question?
Game of the Year
As
so
of right
far.
now.
Elden Ring. Yeah, I would say Elden Ring 100% for sure.
Well, that was a simple question and answer.
I don't know. I mean, what games do we have coming out later? We got Gotham Knights coming out later. That could be a fun one, especially with the co-op. But I don't know if it can. We'll see what comes out in the fall here.
Yeah, we got some previews of Gotham Knights. I'll tell you what's not going to be. I'm genuinely more. We talked a little bit about this last week. More and more concerned about Hogwarts. More I've been watching on it, the more I'm thinking. I don't think this is what we think.
That's because
Do you think they're spending all their time on the foot movement as they cast the spell?
that's because you're a
so.
muggle.
No, I
Because you're a
genuinely. I think what they're doing is
Mudblood.
marketing it in a way that is not accurate to what you're going to experience.
Well,
That's super dangerous.
Yeah.
That's actually really dangerous.
I think they want us to think that you're going to be able to explore and go anywhere you want to go, and I just have this feeling that is not the case.
I would say one of the worst cases that has happened is No Man's Sky.
When it first dropped.
When it first dropped, it was marketed as something that it wasn't.
Procedurally generated.
Yeah.
I think it was procedurally
Brink
generated.
as well.
Yeah.
Well, Brink just didn't work.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
yeah,
they
that-
said it was
Brink-
going to be something.
Brink mismarketed by saying this game works,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it didn't.
No. But hopefully developers understand that you want to say what it is.
No, I think I'm not worried. And the reason I'm not worried is actually because of the delays. I think it's like, hey, we're trying to get it out. We want it to be out. but we need more time doing polish and stuff. I'm okay with.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
The Quidditch news really.
That is a bummer.
But
You gotta have Quidditch.
well, but I really think the game is flawed in the books. I really do.
Quidditch?
Yeah.
I mean, soccer's flawed if it's based off soccer.
Well, yeah, we had this discussion where you
Can't we just say
shootouts-
most sports are
Well,
flawed?
shootouts. The other problem with soccer is it's a sport where the refs have
Far too
complete
much power.
subjective power. Like a lot of the rules are subjective
I would agree with that.
instead of objective. Like Spicy played high level soccer. Growing up, your ref can hurt you or help you. Like unlike any other sport that exists, it's highly subjective.
Yeah, I agree with
Which
that.
is why diving is a thing in soccer.
Unfortunately, yeah, it gives the sport a bad name
like flopping.
flopping's terrible. When I was,
call it Paul Gasoline.
I was
I call it
I was fascinated when I was
Rade Divaking.
when I was a kid. I played a lot of soccer, and I remember playing Hungry once,
Yeah.
and that was the first.
Hungry as in you didn't have
country?
enough food to eat?
No, the
or
country.
hungry as in
The country. So I was playing. This was the first team that I went up against that they had long sleeves.
Sure.
And they would purposefully make them longer than their hands.
So they could grab.
And they would pull. Grabbing's one thing, but they would pull themselves into us and then flop.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
it was one of the most confusing things
Bro, what did you
because we weren't at that level. We weren't trained, but other teams were trained to flop.
Yeah.
That was a strategy, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
What did you just do to me? And you're on the ground.
and that would happen, and then it would be a call on us, and it was just like, "What the hell?"
I
Yeah, it's
pride
really
myself in my
confusing.
flopping ability.
I was Hungry the first
FYI.
team that I played that I entered.
Have you ever gotten so mad at soccer you just like kicked the ball at someone? Because that's not a foul, right? Like you can kick it as hard as you want at someone,
well.
Like, hey, you want to flop? Okay. Wham. You
Yeah,
know?
but in
That doesn't.
but-
I mean,
but
it
in,
can be
like-
reciprocated pretty easily.
yeah, but
too.
in like
Yeah.
competitive outdoor soccer, that's not.
Well,
it's not.
let me. If someone's resorting to flopping, you probably got them.
Well, it's unfortunate. Like you get a certain level, and that it was just strange that that's actually a strategy. But no, I would say that Quidditch is just weird that the snitch can get 150 points.
Yeah, it's way too
That-
unbalanced there.
That's just
Yeah,
odd.
but if you score more than that,
Do you know how long it takes to score more than that?
I think there's Quidditch games that have gone on for days.
I
There has
know.
been, actually.
yeah,
yes.
in the books. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like it all comes down to the snitch,
yeah.
And when you have goalies, look at soccer games today. Look at hockey. There aren't a lot of high scoring games.
No, it's 2-1.
Yeah. And when you add 150 points on top of that, that's kind of it's kind of imbalanced.
Yeah,
I
but
would say
in
Imba.
Quidditch, there's 3 goals.
And
Remember, on side.
each point is where each goal is 10.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I know. I'm
So
just
15
saying.
goals.
There's someone in front of the goal that's blocking the shots, which makes.
I feel like Quidditch is more like basketball in their scoring though. It's constant.
But
Yeah.
I mean, look how if we were looking at basketball, how lower would the scores be if there was goaltending allowed? If there was if you could just block the shot.
Yeah, but what if there's only 1 goaltender but 3 nets?
Well, you would just have.
Cancels it out.
You would have Mark Eaton standing there blocking them. The biggest man in the universe,
And
a
you
7-foot giant.
You do have
Just lift up his hand and stop.
you
it.
do have the bludgers like trying to kill the players.
Yeah, also you have violence. Don't underestimate the value of violence.
Yeah, no, I
okay?
think
in a sport.
look at it. Every sport's got to have a little bit of violence in it, a little bit of aggression.
Wait, any good sport.
Yeah, there you go. Any good sport.
Entertaining sport.
What good sport doesn't?
Bowling,
Curling.
Fishing,
pool,
I would
golf.
golf.
even NASCAR has violence in it.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I would say NASCAR has like
when you
end game violence, like because they get pissed. Like there's fights at the end.
I think it was
There's-
Dave.
Yeah,
I think it was David. You said it, and I agree with you. After playing Forza Motorsport, I get why people get in fights
Very
at the
stressful.
finish line. Yeah.
You touched my car. You just touched my car, bro. Did you just touch my car?
well, at that level, death can happen.
Oh, yeah.
When you're going 200
Combine
miles
that
per
with
hour.
millions of dollars on
NASCAR
the
has
line.
the basically gasoline, high speeds, and hot dogs and beer. You know, like that's just a combination.
would
Like that's just
submit-
winning. You know, like,
I would maybe that's why there's so many riots by fans in soccer because there's not enough violence on the field, so they take it to the streets. Yeah.
No, I would. One of my things I want to do in life is go to a premiere game.
I've been.
You've
It's
been
fun. Many times.
it's a
many times.
different level of soccer, isn't it? Like it's.
I want to do that sometime in my life. That would be a cool thing to experience.
I remember, and I'll never forget this, is our MLS, right? America's Major League Soccer. Our all-star team played Arsenal, like just a regular Premier team.
And
guess
it was
an
their
exhibition.
and it was their
They-
secondary team. It
They
wasn't their-
and they barely won 3-2. And I was
and
thinking,
it was their bench warmers.
yeah, and I was thinking, man, like
No,
the
that's-
Premier League is
Premier League
is a cut
is the N-
above.
is
Like
the
it-
NFL.
yeah, it's
It's the NFL.
It's a whole different animal.
NFL. Yeah, I've been to Southampton. I've been to two Manchester United games at Old Trafford. It's completely different.
Well, I know. I would love to. I'd love that atmosphere. But yeah.
Hey, talk to me after the show.
Oh.
I'll hook you up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. Awesome.
Legitimately.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. What were we talking about? What was the question?
Quidditch.
Oh yeah, how the game may or may not be what it is, and
I think
you're
it will.
disappointed.
I'm what do they call that person when you're just always excited for things? I'm that guy, right?
Moron?
Yeah, I'm excited. I want the games to be good. You know, I want it to be good.
No, I hope it's good. I just worry that it's
What
not
would
what's being
make it
sold to
good
us.
and what would make it bad, David?
if it is what they're trying to sell us.
I think what it's
that would
going to
make
be
it good.
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
make
it's
it
going to
good.
be instanced open world. Like you're going to go to Hogsmeade, and Hogsmeade is a full open zone.
Yeah, basically,
for you.
I want
The castle is
I
full
want
of-
sandbox Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Could
The
they
Dark
do
Tour.
like?
I don't think we're getting that.
Could they do like a Grand Theft Auto Harry Potter?
Exactly. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want.
Yeah, there's dark wizards.
So, M for mature.
Yeah.
So, like some of the storylines in Grand Theft Auto, really, they make you think.
They make you consider life choices on a deep, deep level.
Like when you're Michael and you get pissed at the yoga teacher for his wife, and
Oh,
he goes
yeah,
and
that's
takes
right.
out the house.
That's right. You think I like the way he handled that.
He handled that like any husband
That
should.
progressed the storyline because the owner, because that wasn't even that guy's house. It was the yeah, that was a really good game. Could you make a game like that and have it sell? I mean, I would love
Yeah.
a Grand
Yeah,
Theft
Grand
Auto,
Theft Auto.
M for mature, Harry Potter.
Yeah, I think you could.
That's like your audience. Age level is Harry Potter seems to be low, but I don't think it is. I think the audience
I think it's
read Harry
vast.
Potter is a lot older.
Yeah.
Right, the demographic for that.
During the Harry Potter boom.
The booming years.
Do younglings still read Harry Potter?
Yeah, so there's always that recycling
Okay. Cool.
going through. Great question, Psychotic. Thank you very much for writing in. Appreciate it. That actually does us for this week, everybody. What a week! Super exciting. Lots of good stuff happening. Near Automata. Highly recommend it, everybody.
Yeah, and Risk is free to play.
Risk is free to play. Cyberpunk, if you want to jump in and
Newest
check it out.
update.
Newest
Expansion coming
update.
later next year.
I did see. Did you jump in to play?
Forge.
Did you jump in to play Halo the other day, Jordan? Man?
They got the event going on right now.
Yeah,
I'll
I
probably
saw
jump in
you
it
got
this
it.
weekend.
We got a text about it, and I
Yeah.
Did you jump? No one jumped in though.
I think it's going on for 2 weeks.
Ooh,
2-week
beautiful,
event. So
beautiful.
Got plenty of time.
Guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. To the porn site
What?
that's spamming our chat right now.
Oh,
Yeah, we get that. We get those a lot.
We get those a lot. We're popular.
Yeah.
It's because the ladies watch this show.
yeah, I'm sure.
It's great marketing.
We're being spammed by
They know their audience.
some weird shiz in chat. I guess people that listen don't know
You're like,
what's
what?
going.
What?
Porn site. Anyways, thanks
Have a
everybody
good
for
one. See you
listening.
next week. Bye bye.
I'm looking